Today I messed up by biting my girlfriend's toe. So this actually happened today, about 20 minutes ago to be exact. I'm in uni hall, so my desk and bed are in the same room, with my desk being towards the bottom end of the bed. Whilst I was sitting at my desk on my computer, my girlfriend was lying in bed scrolling on her phone. It's hot over here in the UK and I noticed she had her feet sticking out of the covers, obviously hoping to cool down a bit. It was at this moment when I was struck by one of those intrusive thoughts. What if I just bit her big toe right now? I'm sure we've all had those stupid thoughts from time to time, but for some reason I still can't quite explain. I gave into it. Without her noticing, I leaned over and rather gently placed my teeth around her toe. I don't know why I didn't think of this pretty obvious scenario, but since she was completely oblivious to what was about to happen, the feeling of my chompers on her toe gave her quite the shock. Naturally, her reflex was to yank her foot back at breakneck speed. Here's the fuck up. Unfortunately, the reflex that my body chose in response to her toe attempting to escape my teeth was to bite down, and I mean hard. In the process, I managed to tear skin, causing some bleeding and leave a sizable bite mark on her. Fair to say, she was both annoyed and confused in equal measure. When I tried to explain my intrusive thought process and lack of anticipation for potential consequences, it seemed to leave her more baffled. She now has a plaster on her toe and I owe her a fair few hugs, maybe a date night or something soon to win her over. Next time I get an intrusive thought, I'll keep it to myself. Today I messed up by ignoring my body's natural urges. Let me set the scene. I'm at my boyfriend's house. It's going great, we're having fun until around 7 p.m. when I start feeling a little sick. That isn't usually a problem. He goes and gets me some water, and we stand outside where it's a little cooler. He walks me to the bus stop where we wait for 10 minutes and I'm feeling much better. That is, until he leaves. I'm sweating. I'm holding in puke. I'm clenching my bum cheeks. It's disastrous. There are others around me. I am farting with fear. I dry heave as discreetly as possible. Oh Lord, these poor people. I have to get on the bus due to the hour wait for the next one. Now, this isn't a 10-minute bus journey, no, it's 40 minutes. I'm sweating and trying my best not to explode right there on the bus. Finally, I arrive home. And oh god, did I have the worst, best, most relieving poo of my life. I feel terribly sorry for the toilet. Instant relief, but a whole lot of regret for not doing something about it while at my boyfriend's house. Today I messed up leaving sex toys out in the open, in an Asian household. I am 24, was cleaning out some stuff in my room when I found some toys laying around. I planned to meet my GF later on, so I wanted to surprise her and took some out on my table. This is the fuck up. I closed my room door and went out to go pick up my GF. We went for movies and in the middle of it I get a call from my dad questioning my life choices and telling me what all this stuff in my room was. I flipped out knowing he snooped around and it just became this back and forth argument. He kept shaming me on how other people wouldn't do this kind of stuff and I said he knows nothing about how people around my age act and that this is something everyone would keep private. After the call, I tell my GF what happened and now she's uncomfortable coming over, which is completely understandable. Today I messed up by reaching out to a therapist for low self-esteem. F29 here. I got together with a really great guy just over a year ago. He is very confident and charismatic, takes life by the balls and so loving. His only red flag I thought I found was that he seemed too good to be true. We took a long time for me to accept the situation and get together with him, but my importance to him and his consistent love for me scared the shit out of me, leading to major self-sabotage as well as massive confusion on his behalf. I see what my struggles are doing, and decide to reach out for temporary therapy sessions through work. I expected that they would teach me a few mantras or something, but knowing the small amount that was offered through the service I didn't expect much. I have also had a skin condition for years that is connected to extreme stress and requires daily antihistamines to stop myself blowing up like Jabba and ripping my skin off from the itch, so I figured it could help. I arrive, I sit down ready to ask for tips and tricks. But, as soon as she asks how she can help me I completely explode. Snot bubbles, rivers of tears and vomit of words. I didn't even know it was in me. Everything from my 29 years just fell out of me as though I was a high-pressure faucet that was unable to be stopped. Long story short, after 2 sessions she tells me that she's surprised I can even get out of bed, she can't help me and that I need to see a proper trauma counselor who can see me long-term. She then unofficially diagnoses me with CPTSD, anxiety and depression. I am now in regular sessions with a trauma therapist, feeling completely overwhelmed and trying to keep my head above water as I try to find what pills I require to function and work through my lifelong issues that I ran from for so long. I don't know which way is up. My partner is still with me, and supporting me through it all. But it's definitely not easy on him. Today I messed up by giving my girlfriend pepper spray that I no longer needed. The actual gift giving happened about a month ago. I used to work for Uber part-time and would carry pepper spray on me to deal with the crazies when/if a time would ever arise that I needed to. After I quit, I felt I no longer needed it and gifted it to my girlfriend. She got extremely excited by this gift. I'm not sure why she was so ecstatic, but she felt this extreme empowerment by having it. Like she was invincible or something. As soon as she got it, she was outside testing it by spraying it on the ground, which I told her to test it, to make sure it works. It says so directly on it. I had never done so myself. She used it twice and danced with glee, then we went back inside and that was that. Over the course of the next month, she kept that thing on her like it was her only lifeline to the world. I was honestly kind of flattered that she loved my little $20 gift so much. It comes with a breakaway attachment to a keychain that she had fixed to her keys. We went out downtown and some guy approached her when I was in the bathroom, and when I come out she's pointing it in his face like she's ready to end his retina's existence. It was extremely comical, until it wasn't. Alright, so last weekend we are in the car and have some friends with us. My girlfriend in the passenger seat, my friend directly behind her, his girlfriend next to him in the center, and some guy that was introduced to us by my friend, let's call him Steve, directly behind me. We were on our way to an event downtown and dude Steve has a pretty big personality. You know, the type of guy that likes to put other people down to make himself feel better, or laugh at other people's expenses, whatever. I know the type. Well, my girlfriend has a bit of an explosive personality, and while she wasn't the target of his banter, she sure as shit wouldn't put up with it. I was the target. And while I won't go into too much detail on what was said, it was enough to set her off and pull out that handy-dandy pepper spray I gifted her and set that right off in his face. We are in a car on the freeway, windows rolled up, and pepper spray going off adjacently behind me. I appreciate her attempt to white knight for me, but when I tell you everyone in the car was a victim, including herself, to the sheer magnitude of stinging pain to my eyes. They immediately closed and I swerved off the side into the divider. Luckily I only grazed the divider wall, but we were all immediately out of the car, screaming, gasping, wiping our eyes. When I finally looked over at Steve, he was vomiting, beet red, and it literally looked like she dumped the cut on his face. She's never getting a weapon again.